right, so I wanted to share a dream, well, part of a dream or whatever God wanted me to remember. So it felt like it was at, um, in Roanoke Park, California, where I used to live. But this was at my foster aunt's house, so same town, but because I used to go over there a lot, I um, just just good energy. I loved her. Um, my foster family was really cool. It was just my foster mom. Really, yeah, that was an issue. So, well, not for me, for herself, right? Anyway, that was coming up earlier, getting triggered by um, people who just care about money. And whenever that comes up, I think of her and my aunt, my dad's sister. So, anyway, now in the dream, so where it feels like it's that house, even though the hallway part where I walked by, that kind of felt like my Stockton house, but the rest felt like, because the part when I walked outside, it felt like, because it looked sort of like her backyard, how it was set up in the fence and the little, exactly like how her house was outside. So so in the dream, I'm just walking down like the hallway of a just small little house, whatever. And I look to the left, and it's the lights on in there, and Christopher's in there with both of his kids, okay, that he has right now, and it was really quiet. Maybe my son was taking a nap or something. I'm like, yeah, because everyone was just really quiet, and he wasn't talking. I was really quiet. Went outside, had a little magical time to myself on the porch, and everything was like, there was like this little, it seemed like a plastic pen and a little pen holder, and it was like everything was like magical and moving. Like I could see how much it was actually moving and vibrating. Like in the 3D, you can't really see how much everything, even though it looks like it's still, right? But so I noticed that. I'm like, it looked like a little pen cap, and then it was like transforming into like a dragonfly or something. It's just like this thing's sitting in this little clear glass vase. It was like, had a long skinny neck and like bulbous on the bottom, kind of that shape, like that horn shape, like a trumpet with a ball on the end. Kind of that shape keeps coming in. Kind of like a keyhole. Looks like a keyhole too if you flip it around. Anyway. So it was just a cute little. I just walked by, and it was silent, and I looked in, and he's just like laying on the bed. One of them was there, and like the other one was kind of more near the door, and I think it was his daughter was sitting. I couldn't really tell, but I just could tell the two children were in there with him, and I could just kind of like see the tops of the head. I think the little boy was closer to the door because I could see the top of his head and like the color of his hair and stuff, and so he was like sitting on the floor, and I think both of them were on like a small little twin bed, because it reminded me of my boyfriend's daughter's room, okay, when I lived in Stockton. So and he was just sitting there. He had like shorts or pants on, whatever, no shirt, no socks or shoes, and they were sitting there like drawing or coloring. I just saw they all had like pens or some kind of writing utensil in their hand, a little pad or whatever. I'm like, oh, they're drawing or coloring or something. And I said to him as I was walking by, I said, are you coloring? Or I said, what are you guys doing, coloring? And he said, coloring. It was just so like sweet and cute and beautiful. Okay, anyway, and then I just walked outside, and it was like sunny out there, and then I could feel him like coming to the door, like to the screen, and then I woke up. Oh, there was another part, and when I was outside on the porch, that's when I looked and saw the little vase and stuff. Okay, so magical, like everything's coming to life, all the magic and everything. There was one part, okay, so before that, there was a couple scenes. So this was the astral work. Thank you, God, for reminding me, because this is important. It always looks like a big, dark kind of empty theater, like a movie theater with all the seats and everything, and the side, like where the ushers go and stuff. And it's just usually like a small group of us in there, though. Well, sometimes it depends. This time it was, and it was, I think this was after. Yeah, the first scene we were in, and then it cut right to that. Yeah, first we were in a like a classroom setting, bright light, open classroom setting, and I was on the right, and I felt like I had someone under my wing. Okay, it was a masculine, but it morphed. Okay, it was a collective. Okay, because I saw like my uncle's face, my neighbor's face, my late sister's, the only husband she had, his face, okay, Ed, and the father of her two children, her two youngest children, and then she has her oldest is Corey from another. Now, they were saying, and Christopher was over in one of the desks, like on the left. Like it was like no shirt on. I think he likes to walk around no shirt on or something. That's just his thing. I don't know. It's a guy thing, right? So, and it's summertime right now, and I don't know. And he lives where it's like hot all the time. So when he's at home, maybe he just walks around with no shirt on. I don't know. So, you know, if he's not like recording himself talking or doing something, whatever. Okay, now focus. Now I'm thinking of that. Okay, okay, in the classroom. So I was kind of like shy, like, cause I don't know, we haven't met in this lifetime. Okay. So God's familiarizing me with him. Okay. And I knew he was over there, so I looked over and it was like, he just keeps doing this stare. The stare, right? And they were saying, and he was sitting like in a desk, like a school desk, okay? And it seemed like there was a division. There was the left side of the room, the right side of the room. The left side seemed like they were listening, taking notes, sitting there listening, and just quietly sitting in their desks. And on the right side, it's probably just the feminine energy, okay? Because he's masculine, so when I'm engaging with him, I think I'm in the feminine role. Okay, so that makes sense. And so the person under my wing, it was one body, okay, but it was a collective. And like I said, the three different people coming in. Two were Aries, and I don't know if Ed, what his sign is, but it'd be interesting to know because Aries is like brand new, reborn. So, okay, so it was a masculine. They're all masculines. And two of them were Aries. And because my uncle's in Aries, one was my neighbor who's in Aries, and the other one, my sister's late husband, Ed. I don't know what he is, but probably some big Aries. Some big Aries energy. And because it was masculine, Aries is the baby of the zodiac, the brand new birth, the first. Okay, so. And they were saying basically like all together in one kind of cohesive, the message was he really they said like almost killed me, like beat me so bad, he almost killed me, he almost beat me to death, like something like that, okay? And these were when they were children being beat by whoever, their father, their stepfather, maybe an older brother, whoever, okay, a masculine energy in their significant negative impact, okay, on them as an adult male. Okay, so this was stemming from childhood. So all those connections, I was like, okay, this the masculine collective. Masculine, yeah, but I'm thinking men more, maybe specifically masculine men. Okay, maybe not feminine men, but this is maybe more specific to masculine men. or take it however it fits. You could be a woman who's masculine energy, and you dealt with this, okay. I dealt with a lot of physical abuse too. So, but it just tends to more, the boys usually are more physically abused, girls are more sexually abused. It's not that, okay, it can happen to both. Okay, I'm just saying that as far as what I've seen, boys are more physically abused, girls are more sexually abused. And so after that scene, okay, so that's all that was said from that collective that was under my right arm, my like right wing, about how their father, stepfather, whoever, okay, beat them so bad, beat them really bad, almost to death, okay. And the scene after that was the movie theater scene, okay, and I was speaking for that collective to, like, now I think it was the collective of parents, and the mothers and fathers were both there, because one specific one that we were having an issue with that I had to get down directly and, like, talk to, it was kind of like older with, like, long gray, like a ponytail, like biker kind of, you know, when, like, you're losing your hair but you got that long gray ponytail. He was kind of older, sort of overweight. He was Caucasian. And he was there in the front row, excuse me, and I was speaking for the collective that I was just dealing with in the classroom, okay, the scene right before, and told them they've suffered a lot from this pain and it's causing other people pain, or something basically to that effect. And he kind of wanted to, like, interrupt me a little bit, and I'm like, no, everyone spoke, now let me, I don't have very much to say, so let me finish, you need to listen. So, and that kind of was it, and then I said that, and then it, went to so it was like 3 scenes, was like the classroom scene, and then that movie theater scene, and then the house scene with Christopher, the kids coloring, and that reminded me of Trixie Whitley, one of my, that song, Someone to Color With. This sound is my hands on my wooden desk and my bracelet banging on it. Someone to Color With by Trixie Whitley. Maybe if I remember, I'll put a link to that song in the description box. And I just love her. She's one of my faves. And yeah, so, and also widows and widowers were coming in, because God put Mr. Edwards in my mind, because, you know, we have to take care of the widows and widowers, and I'm like, I don't know, oh, I do know one, and God's like, yeah, there you go. And he's the dad of one of my best friends, well, I love that whole family, and anyway, I stayed with them after I got, anyway, with the foster care, when that ends, but anyway, so I stayed with a couple friends, and he was one of them, and I believe he was a twin flame. Hey, Zoe! And his wife passed, my friend Spice was 7, and, you know, we're 43 now, so, and he had one more child with another Spanish woman. I don't know if they met in Spain or they traveled back there, but they met here, but anyway, they were totally, like, twin flames, I'm sure. And they had 6 children. He had 7 altogether. Vela, the youngest one. Beautiful, beautiful family. So I'm going to make sure Mr. Edwards, Coach Edwards, he was also a tennis coach. He wasn't the coach when I played tennis, or maybe he was for the varsity or something. I don't know. But Coach Edwards, and he did private lessons too. And he liked to smoke lots of weed. He was a good dad. Let me live there with him, and when I was going through the big transition, getting right at the end of high school and foster care and all that, usually doesn't end very well for most foster kids when people aren't going to get money anymore. That's it, and they're done with taking care of you and all that. So that's the sad reality of the truth of the majority of foster children. But there are beautiful stories too that make up for all of it. Just one beautiful story, right? Because that's the power of love. Zoe, let me finish, please. Okay, so let me ramble on about a couple more things. What else did I have? Judgment card came out first thing this morning. I'm like, oh, and real quick, I put it back in. It came back out. And Ten of Cups and Ten of Pens came out with the Magician. So some of you, okay, your manifestations are coming to you. You're going to see physical, tangible results. Either way, good or bad. So Judgment's coming for everybody. Even if you think you haven't been doing anything, you've been sitting not creating any karma, well, we'll see. I don't know. But there's beautiful things coming for those who have been doing the work. And, you know, maybe not so comfortable things coming for those who need to get into alignment. So it's all beautiful either way. All ways, every different aspect. Trying to think if there was anything else that was in that dream that was significant. I want to make sure everyone gets the messages they need. Well, nothing's coming in right now. If anything else comes in, I'll make another little video. Pretty much as far as the energies with the cards, it hasn't changed. It's like all the tens and aces are still okay. So permanent endings, permanent brand new big beautiful beginnings. So it's the same energies that I'm getting. So just wanted to share the dream. I know there's something else that I wanted to share that I'm not remembering. Well, if I think of it, I will share it or put it in the description box. Okay, just type it in there. So, all right, love, peace, and blessings.